Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. We're already at 33 viewers. Thank you guys. We're going to have a good show. We have a lot to talk about. As you guys can see, I got my new overlay. Wearing the suit. I'm going for the more professional look. I got my mug here. We're looking spiffy tonight. We got the music going. Let's build this up a little bit. Let's get some people going in and then we'll get going. You know why I wore the suit? Because I'm professional. It looks good and I'm on point. I'm here to be serious. We're here to talk. We're here to have some laughs. We're here to have a good time. But first, let the music drop. Oh. Oh. Hey. Oh. All right. Let's get to business. What's up, everybody? I cut the music short. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Deluxe, Amanda, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate everybody coming out to watch. Like I said, we have a lot of topics to talk about. If you guys have any questions, be sure to put it here on the chat, or you could go ahead and DM me. But we're already at 44 viewers. My man Fatal Strike, I want to give him a shout out, hosting me up. Mortal Spawn has me on automatic host. Thank you to those two guys. Thank you to Amanda for helping me out so much already with the stream. For my overlay, I want to thank Jeter for doing that. We have the interactive titles and whatnot that I'm going to be changing with each episode. Those titles that I have up right now are going to be the topics that we hit today. But yeah, thank you guys for the compliments about the suit. I figured it'd be different. I had a couple of people tell me, I should be rocking a suit, trying to be a little bit different. You know what I mean? Be unique. Being that I'm home, it's pretty cool to change it up a little bit instead of wearing a hoodie or whatnot and being the same old. Of course, I had to do my hair. My hair is usually always on point with everything else. But yeah, so let's get to the first topic of the day. We are going to be talking about Bot Empire. Now, to give a little bit background story on Bot Empire is a gaming organization. They are currently in multiple console games, PC games. They had a Gears of War professional team place third place at the first event of the first season of Gears of War 4, Columbus, Ohio. The roster consisted of Soto, Excels, Speedy, Frag Out, and Crash. So, the whole reason why I want to talk about Bot Empire is because the whole organization / being professional, working with each other, and so forth. That's something that I want to hit today and hit it hard. You know what I mean? It's a big topic that people have been talking about, especially with bigger organizations coming and going left and right from Gears of War, which is not always a good sign. And, I hope with this story and with you guys listening, we could try to, fix it and hopefully bring a good solution to this tonight. We also have a suspension update. We have, I have information on one of the players that has been suspended, and possibly also a substitute for Icy. I just received some information before I went live about a possible sub for Icy for the first event. And I'm sure you guys would love to hear that. I'm not too sure if most people know about that currently, but that's something else we're going to touch upon. Fatal Strike's new team. So it had been brought to my attention that Fatal Strike was seen playing with 4 other players, obviously. Fatal has not attended the last, I think, 2 events of the season, which is very rare for Joe. Joe's a very outgoing player, very outspoken player. He's a natural leader. And to see Joe not attend 2 events, can sometimes come off pretty weird. But I know Joe has been practicing. Joe's been in the lab going hard, ready for Season 2. And he's been seen playing with a new roster. So we're going to talk about that as well. I'm sure you guys would love to hear the possible roster that he's been playing with. And lastly, one of the things we're going to cover is a new location for my stream. So next Thursday, I will be live at 8:30 p.m. at a certain location. Nah, I'm not going to say it yet. We're going to do that towards the end, as well with the giveaway for the Raw Talent jersey that I promised everybody I would be doing. In regards to that, we are going to start up. Let's talk about Bot Empire. Now, the whole reason why, like I said, I wanted to speak about Bot Empire was the whole organization and player situations and, contracts and whatnot that's apparently been an issue lately. Certain players need to take this esports, especially with Gears esports, a little bit more serious just because it's a growing business. And, the fact that I'm hearing certain things from certain orgs and certain players, and, we have big orgs that are leaving. It's not necessarily the best look that we want, but it's something that we want to work on and hopefully, come to a solution for it so that we could build on it and push Gears even further. Hence the whole reason why I'm doing this, show, to bring some light and to bring some information that, most people don't know about and don't hear about, that I want you guys to obviously know about. Hence the reason for the show. So tonight, I want to give you guys an overview and let you know. Well, let me turn off that sound. Sorry about that. Tonight, I just wanted to let you guys know an overview, and you guys will be the judge on the Bot Empire and their Gears of War experience. So when Bot Empire initially confronted Soto about a possible sponsorship, Soto had referred them to Jovan. As you guys all know, Jovan is a writer, coach, manager, great guy. He's very straight to the point. He knows what he's talking about. So Soto and Jovan were pretty much the lead guys when it came to Bot Empire and their relationship. So Soto and Jovan had always discussed the terms of payments, the needs, and percentages in regards to the contracts that Bot Empire was going to be giving the full team. And I'm only saying just Jovan and Soto, but all players and Jovan were included. Obviously, there's contracts that come into play when you're playing for an organization such as Bot Empire. So over a few days, they had all confirmed their percentages for each player, and the contracts were issued by Bot Empire. Jovan himself didn't take any cash. He obviously did it just because he was a coach and manager, which is, a great play by him. He's always, like I said, been an upfront guy. The one issue that came into play before the event was that Crash hadn't signed the contract with the percentage of 10% of their overall winnings, which everybody else did sign the contract except Crash. And this information came straight from Bot. So this is not speculation. This is not rumors. This is confirmed information straight from Bot Empire. Crash had not signed his contract. So in turn, Bot never received the contract for Crash in return, and which led to Crash going to MLG afterwards and stating that his funds were to be sent directly to him since he technically wasn't under contract, because technically he didn't sign his contract. Not that that's Bot Empire's fault, not that that's Crash's fault, but an agreement was made, and obviously nobody carried it out. So unfortunately, that was already a problem going down the road when it came to that event. Now, thank you for that. I don't wear glasses. But Joto and Sylvan, throughout this whole process, always promised Bot Empire that Crash would pay up, as well as all the other players would. Obviously, to this day, that never happened because I wouldn't be here explaining this story to you guys. So MLG in turn tells Bot Empire that there's nothing that can be done in regards to Crash. And this is after the event, obviously. A player from the team, unknown player at this point, had reported that Bot was stealing their winnings, which was incorrect and false, and that MLG had to issue payments to the individual players directly, and that it was Bot's issue afterwards to collect from their players once the funds were issued. Now, that'd be right and would make sense if there wasn't already a contract in play that said, they deserve their 10% winnings from their total winnings, and to let everybody know in here, That team went and got third place at Columbus, MLG Columbus, which then gave them $8,000 each. So in total, Bot Empire was owed a total cash amount of $5,000, which would cover their expenses because they were fully funded to go to that event, as well as, as well as the 10% that was, signed on the contract. When Bot contacted the players afterwards, they all said that they had paid up and asked Bot to please not take this public, only because they didn't want their reputation to be ruined. But, that's not really fair. You held up an agreement. These guys didn't come through. To this day, Bot Empire hasn't been paid. So, in addition, Bot added that court costs for this case would cost them over $5,000 due to the fact that these players and manager would have to be summoned to Kansas, where Bot Empire's business is located, to attend court and court costs and whatnot would be easily over $5,000. So Bot, doing the smart thing, kind of let it go for about a month or two after the event to try to see if maybe eventually these players would come back out and hopefully, hold up to their agreement that they did. So Bot continued to be persistent in trying to recover their rightfully owed money. We had a contract in place, 10% is owed, $5,000 is what Bot Empire is being asked. They're not asking for more, they're not asking for less. In turn, it became hostile with some of the players. They claimed that Bot Empire was abusive, tried to finesse them, and shortly after, it turned even more hostile, leading to comments being made like, "You are a broke piece of crap," is what we're going to go with, because I'm trying to keep this a little bit professional. "You can suck our blank, keep moving, and that you will never get paid." Ending in a threat like that being made, the last thing that was said was, "You deserve a 40-piece to your head for taking advantage of our team." Now, I don't know in what book or in what world that is okay, especially when you're talking to a professional organization and a professional group of guys that just paid you to attend an event, which is, to me, mind-blowing. Honestly, when I first heard this news, I was like, what? And yes, to answer everybody's question, and it's not to downplay anybody or upset anybody, Excels was the guy to say you deserve a 40-piece to your head. And this is not the first org he says that to. And again, this is not to bash anybody. This is not to be malicious. This is to show what these organizations have to deal with on an everyday basis with certain players and organizations. And it's just not fair. You know what I mean? I'm here to be the neutral guy between these orgs and these players. And when I heard this news, it's upsetting. You know what I mean? These guys are putting their time out of their lives. They're spending money that they could be using on their mortgages, on their school loans, paying for, it doesn't matter what it is. They're using their hard-earned money to pay for these guys. And this is how you return the favor, quote unquote, return the favor to these guys. And this is to add on to, the certain suspensions that were put out, for everyone that's in question about Excels being suspended. Again, I have nothing against the guy. I've spoken to him in person. But this was part of it, as well as problems with E-United and E-United's management, as well as his problem he had at the actual event. So it shouldn't come to a surprise why, this had happened and why these consequences are being held out. Unfortunately, at this point in time, it had been already about 3 months since the event, and a lawsuit was going to cost Bot more than Bot could benefit from it. Bot also stated that Echofox, E-United, and the Gosu crew also cared less as to hear what they had to say in reference to these players and the amount that they were owed. Neither one of those orgs seemed to want to comment on that. But I know for sure that had been in play where none of those orgs wanted to come out and talk about, what had happened or even bring up the issue that these guys never got paid over at Bot Empire. Overall, the transaction and third place finish was almost as destructive as it was positive. It took months of arguing, threats, and constant lies to then result in a large loss. No Gears team are and Bot's first and last Gears event, which was very unfortunate to know about, due to the fact that Bot came in here and did so well. They represent their guys. They do anything possible, to promote their team. You know what I mean? These guys are in a professional organization. They had one event to show, what they can do and what they were here for. They were all about Gears of War. They were actually in line to go to attend every event, due to the fact that we're going to be promised, I'm pretty sure, a Lancer skin if an organization comes into the game and stays throughout the whole season and they continuously place pro. Then you are granted that Gears of War skin, which is great because that's also funds that go back to the organization, which obviously that's the end goal. You know what I mean? Those organizations, yes, they're here to put their name out there. They're here to look good and whatnot. But in the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's a business. People are here to make money. You know what I mean? Bills don't pay themselves. Money doesn't grow on trees. And these organizations, when they hear stories like this, they get turned off. And, they want to avoid this game at all costs. And the whole reason why I wanted to do this first and get this out of the way is to let people know that, look, this is becoming a business. Esports has already been a business for a couple of years now, but it's coming to the top of its level. And it's only going to grow more within the 5 to 10 years. I've been saying this for a while now, hence why my reputation, my teammate Immortal Spawn of 10 years' reputation, and Raw Talent's reputation was always gold to us. Because people like working with professional people, you know what I mean? Respect goes a long way, motivation goes a long way, dedication goes a long way, loyalty goes a long way, and I feel like Gears of War is lacking that a little bit. You only see that so much in Optic Gaming, in Franchise's team. I give big props to Franchise, J-Ribs. These are all players that I see as being very professional. You know what I mean? These guys have day in and day out. They're always respectful. They always watch what they say. You never hear them in bad news. It's always positive things about their team and about their marketing and whatnot. So I feel like we're losing that a little bit, and we need to speak about this a little bit more just because I have orgs DMing me every day, you know what I mean? From small orgs to big orgs, doesn't matter. They're still interested in the game. They still have money, and the more orgs we have in Gears of War, the better, you know what I mean? Business is business. If business is booming, we're booming, you know what I mean? More money, more events, more support, more marketing for the players as individuals, more sponsorships, you know what I mean? Like, it's been my goal, and you could ask my former teammates, Immortal Spawn, Zero Excel. I always contacted big sponsors, Doritos, Iced Tea, Coca-Cola, you name it. I always emailed them. I called them because you never know, you know what I mean? The game at that point in time wasn't as big as it is now. So I think with the game building and it growing, anything could be possible, you know what I mean? Anything is possible in life. I know this sounds crazy, but yeah, if you don't shoot for a high goal, what's the point? You want to shoot for the highest and just work with it. You got to have a short-term goal, a midway goal, and you want to have a long-term goal. And right now, I think everyone's goal, especially in the esports world, is to get to the top, to get your name out there, to be getting a top paid salary because you deserve it and because that organization knows what you're worth. If you don't show these organizations what you're worth, they're not going to want to work with you. You know what I mean? The fact that a lot of these players are being unprofessional, like Wildy just said, Wildy, love you, dude, hope the kid's doing well, love the family, is the attitude and the unprofessionalism. We're seeing that a little bit more and more, and it's crazy. I just don't get it. We need to have some respect, and we need to be a little bit more, have a little bit better character when it comes to this. And, hearing all this news, especially with the suspensions, people are starting to question it as to, oh, why? Why did these guys get suspended? You know what I mean? Let's start with Icy. I know he got punched. Obviously, my heart goes out to him. It's a very unfortunate event what happened to Icy. But there's always two sides to every story. And I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to side with anybody. I'm talking as a neutral person. I'm sure some things were said. I'm sure it had gone physical. Nobody knows unless you were actually there. And I don't like to assume. And if you assume, that's your issue. You know what I mean? unless you were there and you saw word for word, scene for scene what happened, you can discuss that. Sorry. So I think Icy being suspended for that one event is great. You know what I mean? There needs to be a little bit of strictness going on. Absolutely has to be. And I think coming down on these players for these incidents that have been occurring is 100% the way we need to go. If we want to be considered professional and we want to be taken serious, we need to start at the beginning. There's actually water in this mug, Vic. Now, let's move on to God Plays. God Plays has been suspended for 3 events. Again, don't want to harp on the reason why he got suspended, but he got suspended for 3 events because he had a physical altercation with Icy. In no world or any situation should anybody ever put their hands on somebody else. Absolutely not. Should never happen. You know what I mean? Physical violence is absolutely not the answer. You know what I mean? People need to learn how to talk to each other like adults and to be respectful in a certain manner and take it out of the game. You know what I mean? This is just a video game down when it comes down to it. And what had happened to God Plays, I think, was completely out of control. I even talked to him at the event. He's been suspended for 3 events. I 100% agree with that suspension. He's lucky he didn't get a full season suspension due to the fact of what he did, especially to Icy. But coming down on players like that is exactly what we need. Now, lastly, Excels. And it's not to harp on him as well. Excels has not had the best, I guess, career path so far with the things he said and the things he's done. And I really hope Chris takes this season to sit back, reflect on himself, reflect on his actions, and just think about, what he can do to improve himself as a player and as an individual. You know what I mean? The first thing I would do is a public apology. God Plays had it right. Going public with it, doing a formal apology to everybody is the exact thing you want to do first, just so you could get your notice out there. Whether people believe it or not, it still shows that you care. You know what I mean? It's becoming just like a big sports, like the NFL, the NBA, all that stuff. When a player messes up or they get fined, what do? They come out and they apologize. Why? Because it shows character. You know what I mean? It shows that they're willing to accept their mistakes and that they're willing to come out and say, look, I messed up. I'm only human. Give me a second chance. And that's it. You know what I mean? It looks good on you as a person. It looks good on your family. It looks good on your friends. It looks good on the organization that you're representing, the team that you're representing, your teammates. You know what I mean? There is no wrong to that. And I think that's something that Excels needs to do. You know what I mean? And I'm not here to be talking about him. I'm talking about situations like that in general and the relationships between organizations and whatnot. Just so we could be taken a little bit more, I guess, more professional at this point. Just because orgs are looking to get into the game, like I said. We have Bittersweet, we have Excite Gaming, we have Impact Gaming. I could name more. Bot Empire is looking to get back into this game, and I'm doing the best job I can to get these guys back into the game. But you have to understand that my reputation and your reputation are on the line when you play for big organizations like this. They are here to make money, okay? They are here to get you to the events. They will give you salary if you deserve it. If you place top 8 consistently and you are bringing in money and you are a pool play team and you're getting the advertising and the marketing out there and you're making them look good, through social media, which is a big outlet, through Xbox, don't get caught saying things you shouldn't be publicly, at events, the reward will come. I've been hearing from multiple organizations that players are contacting them, asking them for the top of the line salary. I want everything covered. I don't want to have to do anything besides play the game. Now, okay, that's great, okay? If you're Optic Gaming, repeat, if you are Optic Gaming, that is okay. You are winning every event. You are destroying the competition. You are dedicated to your organization. You guys are looked at professionally. That's why I have a big respect to that team right now, because they're very quiet. They do their job. They represent their org in a professional manner. Obviously, it's Optic Gaming. That's what people need to look at. And these guys are all young. You know what I mean? Kenny, I think, is 21 years old. You got Billy, who's 18. These guys are all under 21, 22 years old, which is insane. And these guys are a different class of players and a different class of people in general. You know what I mean? They have personalities. They have character. They're very respectful. And I think teams need to look at these guys and see that, look, I can be professional at the game, and I can be professional outside of the game. It goes a long way. You know what I mean? People do watch. People do see these things. But, if people don't think about it, they don't know about it. You know what I mean? So let me get back to Wildy. I know Wildy said something. We also need to stop this free whoever. By the way, let me not say that. We need to accept the punishment that we have been given. What do you think? We also need to stop this free whoever. Oh, yes, I agree. Now I know what you're talking about, Wildy. Yes, everyone keeps putting out this hashtag free excels. Now, again, I would agree if there wasn't information, there wasn't proof and evidence and multiple, confirmation from different people saying what exactly was said and done for the suspension to come into play. Nobody's going to be freed. I can tell you that right now. My opinion personally, it should stay the way it is. He should be banned for the whole season. Again, it's not personal. It's just the fact that you already made a public announcement that you suspended a player, and to turn around and bring that back or drop it by a couple events or let him play the whole event makes you look weak as an organization and as a company. You know what I mean? When do you ever see the NFL, if it's a severe suspension, bring it back? You know what I mean? Unless there's things that were said or proof is done for them to, kind of correct what had happened, it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? And I think it should be the same way with this situation. It's over. It's done with. Again, I feel bad for Excels. You know what I mean? He's a great player. He's a great leader. But he needs to work on himself. He needs to work on his attitude to his teammates, to management, to organizations, to everybody. You know what I mean? Because if he can control that, he will be a top 3 team, top 3 player in the game, just alone from his skill. And especially if he could fix that professionalism and that personality, the sky's the limit for him. You know what I mean? Sponsors will come in. Think about it. Maybe a year, 2, 3 years from now, Gears blows up even more. Sponsorships to opportunities show up. You know what I mean? They'll go back and they'll look at his history. Hey, look, he had a rough start, but he fixed himself. Now he's back. He's better than ever. He's working with everybody. Maybe he has a sponsorship down the road. You never know. You know what I mean? That's the way I think. You never know who's listening. You never know who you're going to be talking to. Never burn your bridges, because you don't know who's going to bring something to you down the road. You know what I mean? Maybe I said something to somebody else and they took it personal, and down the road we end up working with each other. Now, how does that look? You know what I mean? Now there's turmoil between the two of us, and it's not really the right thing to do. Professionalism is key, especially in Gears of War right now. This is the game I've been playing for 10 years now. It's deep in my heart. To answer Vic's question and to continue, since I'm done competing, will I show up to events? I hope so. I want to show up to events. I want to do this. I want to be on the broadcast desk. I want to be commentating. I want to be casting. I want to be working with the players. You know what I mean? I'll be a consultant. I'll be a commissioner of the Gears of War community or pro players. You know what I mean? I want to be involved. Even if I don't end up getting that opportunity, I have this show. You know what I mean? I know the right people. I'm doing this professional. I'm doing it the right way. I'm going to be doing this every week. So, that's when it comes down to. And to look at the chat a little bit, guys. Sorry, I've been going on a little rant. Kenny, thank you for coming out. I didn't even know you were in here. Not to soup you up. I just recognize certain things, and certain things need to be said. And I respect your guys' team and what you guys are doing. Keep it up. I hope you guys grind it out. First event, I'm sure you guys still won't have an issue. Ambush, good to see you. Yes, I do have a sub button. I haven't said anything about the sub button, but I do appreciate you guys if you sub. Everything is going to be going back to my stream, overlays, giveaways. Everything is going back to the stream right now. I have to build myself from the ground up, and I think all the support that you guys are doing, the host that I'm getting from these pro players, Immortal Spawn, Fatal Strike, all you guys that are giving me help, Amanda, Mishi, all my friends, I wouldn't be here without them. You know what I mean? You have to have a strong foundation and a strong structure to be doing what you're doing. And without them, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Vinny, Vinny, I can't answer that question, so we're going to move on. Please, guys, with the questions, let's keep it a little bit more professional and a little bit more serious. I could be funny here and there. Obviously, you guys know me. But let's tone down the more personal questions. Again, I'm not here to start any drama, and I'm not here to cause any problems with anybody. I just want to speak the facts. Big thing about me is I like facts. I like confirmed things, and I like to speak the truth. I don't like to assume. I don't like to speculate unless it's about a roster, obviously, because rosters change every day. So that I could speculate about, but about certain issues and problems, I want to have the facts only. So again, please, let's try to keep the questions to a more professional level, and let's continue. I'm just trying to keep track of the chat, guys. Thank you guys for all coming. We hit about 155 viewers already. I appreciate you guys being here. So the Holy Avenger. So should we stop players from screaming during the match if we're striving to be professional, right? Incorrect. Gears of War is probably the biggest trash talk game. Now, I'm not talking about bringing it back down. You know, we have to be different. Gears of War is different in that aspect, being that, you know, we do trash talk. We talk a lot. I'm probably the biggest trash talker in the game. Not that I'm not competing anymore. Somebody else can have that title, but I will gladly take that title. I talk trash. I get into people's heads. It's all part of the game, you know what I mean? But there's no need to get personal, you know what I mean? This last event was wild. I didn't even talk trash that much at this event because it took me back so far just because people were getting so personal, talking about each other's girls, moms, family, their living situation. That should never be brought out, you know what I mean? That is when you take it to a whole nother level. That kind of trash talk should be brought down. The screaming, the yelling, the you suck, I'm better than you, you know, I've been playing this game for so long, or, you know, what I used to say, I play this game twice a week and I'm still better than you, you know what I mean? That's okay. Or calling somebody a virgin, you know what I mean? That was my thing. I'd get up and I'd be like, you guys are all virgins. This is too easy. I play this game 1 day a week and I'm taking your money. That is entertainment, okay? That's funny. But let's try to keep out the personal stuff. You know, nobody needs to know about each other's family. Nobody needs to talk about their money situation, their living situation. You know what I mean? We want to try to control what we're good at. You know what I mean? And we're good at trash talk. Gears of War, I have to say, is probably the #1 community game, whatever you want to call, that strives off of that. So Gio said, tell them why Excel's got banned. People keep asking. So Excel's got banned because he had multiple issues with different organizations, which I touched on already. Bot Empire, E-United. There was threats made to those organizations, to certain individuals of that organizations. No money was ever paid back to Bot Empire for an official contract that he had signed saying that he owed 10% of his winnings to Bot Empire, which is completely reasonable. 10% is actually not that high. I've worked with multiple organizations and worked with different percentages, and 10% is a great percentage, especially if the organization flew you out and took care of you completely. You know what I mean? Plus, he also had an argument with Jack Felling in person at Las Vegas. I wasn't there. I'm not assuming. I was told by certain people that confirmed it that it got a little intense. You know, Jack has been doing everything possible to make the Gears of War community grow. Without Jack, we wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? And I'm not an advocate for Jack personally. I think she's great. I think what she's doing is miraculous. And we need people like Jack Felling. You know what I mean? To go and disrespect her and yell at the staff at the event, yell at the refs, tell them they don't know what they're doing, is completely unfair. You know what I mean? These people are choosing their time on a weekend to ref our matches, you know, to build tournaments, to sign contracts at different venues, to continue Gears of War. You know what I mean? We got a Season 2. That alone should be enough to lay off a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, the updates have been messed up here and there, but nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? The shotgun has been an issue in Gears of War for years now. You know what I mean? This isn't something out of the ordinary, and I think people need to understand that, you know, the shotgun will never be perfect. Honestly, it never will be perfect. It never was. People say, oh, this shotgun was great, that shotgun was great. Yeah, that's your opinion, not everybody's. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own opinion. The shotgun will always be the issue in Gears of War. And, you know, once we get close to a certain Nasher update that we like, obviously let that be known. But you know what I mean? You could do that through email. You could DM people. You know what I mean? You don't have to make things public. Private is the best way to go. You know what I mean? Give your personal opinion and let it be done. That's it. So, Jackal, could we get these pros to stream a little more while there's a bit of time between Season 1 and 2? Might help Gears grow while it is slow. Jackal, I 100% agree with that. We need more of these pro players and teams to be streaming. You know what I mean? There needs to be more content. I know Kyle from Echo Fox has been doing an awesome job creating content like vlogs from this Vegas event, breaking them up into different videos, you know, speaking about his team. He spoke about the envious move from the 4 of the guys coming over to Echo Fox to play with Kyle. That needs to be done on a bigger scale. You know what I mean? We have to put out more content. We have to show sponsors and other organizations what we're here for. You know what I mean? If they don't see any of that, they just think the game is dead. You know what I mean? Season 2 probably will start up in August or September is what I'm speculating. So it's going to be a dry period, and we kind of need people to come out and put out more content. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for this show and it wasn't for other shows like this, what is there to talk about when it comes to Gears? You know what I mean? I'm trying to bring attention to Gears of War in a professional manner and also talk about the roster changes and who did what and who said what. So we need a little bit more of that. And I know this is just the beginning for this show. I have bigger things to come. I've been talking to more people about it, and I need everybody's help to tune in, retweet, help me out. But a question like that, Jackal, was great. You know what I mean? It gives me something to talk about here on the show. Ambush. Yes, I just drank out of a mug. I'm actually going to be working on getting a mug, custom mug made. Sorry. Done. But for now, I'm using my blank mug. I'm drinking water out of it, actually. There's no coffee. I was going to make tea, but I was running a little late. But next question we have is the Bot Empire thing. Was that a reason for Excel's getting banned? Absolutely. They made a formal complaint, like I said, for anybody that missed it. Bot Empire had made a formal complaint against Excel's for the things that were said, the money that was owed, and submitted it to the right people. So that was a factor in the suspension, as well as they should. You know what I mean? If you do something with that caliber of disrespect to an organization, like I said, after they did so much for you, there is some consequences to come. You know what I mean? You just can't go throw around and do whatever you want. But yeah, so next question. Jackal, can you quickly check your DMs? I'll show you what Jack said about what he got banned. All right, so let me check my DMs real quick, guys. So Jack said an Optic player was banned. The Taboo hey. He had multiple chances and warnings already. Okay, so the only thing I saw from that DM, Jackal, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that he had multiple chances and warnings, which I'm sure he did. You know what I mean? He's been doing this since before Season 1 started. Online, on Twitter, at events, 2 players, 2 refs, 2 staff. He threatened people I know personally at the event. You know what I mean? Like, again, I don't hate the guy. Hate is a very strong word. I don't hate anybody. If you hate somebody, that's a problem. I just think Chris needs to work on what he said and what he's done to this day. You know what I mean? I think he needs to understand why he got suspended. I think he does know. You know what I mean? He hasn't come out and blown everything up out of proportion. I think he kind of gets the gist of why he was banned for the whole season. So, I mean, I don't want to keep harping on that, but yeah, that's pretty much what's been the issue so far. Ambush, the jersey giveaway is today. It's going to be at the end of the episode. We'll figure out a way to do it, but I will be giving out the Raw Talent jersey from Atlantic City. Never wore it, so you guys don't have to worry. Rage, I will touch on that now. Rage had a question. Do you have information on who will replace Icy for one event? So I just got this information. Again, this is speculation, but it seems to be about right, is that Eternity might be the sub for Optic Gaming. Now, again, I said it, and to repeat myself, Eternity, Dylan, might be Optic Gaming sub for this first event. Now, this may come to a shock to people just because of the fact that he was playing with a roster with Drix, Keem, Shock, Alec Shock, and I forget who the 5th was. But I'm pretty sure everybody who is a free agent at this point probably hit up Optic Gaming and has been looking to get on that team, because that's pretty much a guaranteed spot. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Optic Gaming, if Dylan goes to that team, and again, this is speculation. If Dylan's in here or Optic Gaming's in here, again, this is for the crowd to know and for information to be out there. I am not saying this is fact. I'm just being told that this was brought to me that Eternity might be the sub for the first event. Obviously, I don't see him replacing Icy. Icy is too good of a player in general. So that alone is crazy, though. You know what I mean? Eternity is a good player. Eternity has been playing probably since I've been playing this game. So he has the experience. I think it's a good replacement. I don't know too much about him. I'm not sure his gameplay. But, yeah, that's what I've been told so far. And, Vic, I'm not quite sure what you mean. You know what I mean. I say you know what I mean. It's kind of like a saying, you know what I mean, blah, blah, blah. Keep it moving, Vic. I don't got time for you. Thank you, sir. Pete, thank you for coming by. Appreciate the host. All right, so let's touch on Fatal Strike. So Fatal Strike has been practicing. Again, I had said I think Fatal Strike missed about the last 2 events or so. He has been practicing. He's been in the chamber working on himself as an individual player. It has been brought to my attention that Fatal was playing with a team, and it is a confirmed roster. I went to Fatal myself, Joe, being that Joe's a good friend of mine, always has been. And Joe told me that the roster he was playing with was himself, Clouts from Echo Fox, Crushmo from Echo Fox, and also Flames and Supremos, which I think their last event was Atlantic City, if I'm not mistaken. So that 5 we're seeing playing together as a team. Fatal told me that he is still scrimming around. That is not a confirmed roster, but that is the latest roster that Fatal Strike is, working with or talking about. So after we get by that, that's a good mix of people. You got Clouts, you got Crushmo, 2 obviously top pro players. You got Fatal, who's been in the industry for a while now. Crushmo and Fatal Strike obviously were teammates on TK. Flames, multiple event championships for Flames in Gears of War 3. Supremos, same thing if I'm not mistaken. Two pros, 2 experienced guys that have been playing this game. So I think it's a good mix, and I kind of see where they're going with that. Now, to answer Deluxe, what happened with the others who didn't pay Bot Empire? So, all right, this is the truth that I'm going to be giving you guys about Bot Empire. And Bot Empire told me this themselves. Crash never paid them. What's his name? Frag Out never paid them. Excels never paid them. Speedy never paid them. Soto and Jovan were the least of the issues when it came to that. I was told, and I want to make this known, that both Soto and Jovan handled the situation very professionally and apologized for the situation and how it turned out. But both Soto and Jovan, to clear their name of this situation, continued to be professional, even with their teammates doing what they did to Bot Empire. But overall, Bot Empire wasn't paid the $5,000 total that they were owed. To this day, they haven't been paid. There was signed official contracts that were made that they had signed, obviously, and Bot Empire just never got their money. And it's sad to know that, because people wondered and questioned and thought, said bad things about Bot Empire because, rumors spread, and I'm sure Excels and them had said things about Bot Empire. But all those rumors and things that were said about Bot Empire, it's completely false. You know what I mean? I know these guys personally before they went into the game. I told them about that roster, and they were even looking at the roster themselves. You know what I mean? Jake, the owner of Bot, knew, this is a good investment. You know what I mean? If I put $2,500 and I could come out with $5,000, which was literally the math that he came out with, and it was spot on. You know what I mean? This guy is a businessman. Bot Empire is a business. You know what I mean? They put $2,500 out there. They expected to make $5,000 back or more. They made $5,000. Were they paid back any of that money? Zero. Zero of that money was ever paid back. And that's sad to know, you know what I mean? Because then word spreads. They'll go talk to another Oregon. They'll go talk to another Oregon. Rumors spread. Confirmation of that kind of stuff spreads, intel. So it's not good, you know what I mean? And the whole reason for this episode and this topic, like I said already, was to bring light to that, you know what I mean? If we want more organizations to come to this game and we want to be seen a little bit more professional, we have to prove that, you know what I mean? And that counts on every single player, whether you're a pro, you're a semi-pro, you're an amateur, you're just coming into the game, you're an experienced guy, you're winning every event. Everybody has to act the same way, you know what I mean? Have respect, show each other, that you can do this and be professional in every matter. It wasn't in everybody's contract, FYI. Yeah, Prison. I know Crash didn't sign his contract. I know Crash, like I said earlier, Crash never signed his contract, which, maybe you think or maybe other people think that's okay that he didn't do that, but he did it on purpose, obviously. So I'm not sure where people think that's a good thing or if you think that's a good thing, but, to mislead an organization and to mislead, an owner of the org that you're representing, it's not very professional. So apologize if I said everybody's contract, but, that doesn't change anything, you know what I mean? The guy wasn't paid. He put out money. He expected money back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's no justification to what was done. You know what I mean? If I did this to an organization, my reputation is done. You know what I mean? If you take money from somebody and you don't pay them back because you had a signed contract, even if you don't think they're going to pursue it in court, you still pay it back. You know what I mean? Your reputation means more than anything in life. You know what I mean? If your reputation is shit, you're shit. You know what I mean? If you want to be considered a professional, act like a professional. I don't care who was in the contract. I don't care what was said, what was done. You didn't pay the organization. That's on you. And your reputation shouldn't be affected by this. And in fact, Bot Empire never went public with this, you know what I mean? And I think they're quite frankly tired about it. They came to me to tell this story, and I want to be that guy, you know what I mean? We need people like Bot Empire and myself to come out and tell the truth, you know what I mean? It's not on every organization. You also have E United. I spoke to Clerky. Clerky is a good guy. Clerky is a very smart businessman. Clerky knows what he's talking about and what he's doing. The guy has been a proven, successful manager, whatever you want to call him. And the fact that he was even threatened by Excels and was disrespected, with certain players on his roster. You know what I mean? That's insane. So I don't care what contract was said, what was done. That means nothing to me. Honestly, I don't care whose contract was what. The fact that they went into the event as a team representing Bot Empire and knew the situation was, all right, look, if we place, we owe these guys 10%. Was that done? No. Does it matter who signed or whatever? No. Should your reputation be hurt because of this? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Yo, you guys are getting on me on the no, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not a lawyer, I'm a detective. I work with lawyers though. I work with lawyers every day, you know what I mean? There's right and wrong to everything. Yeah, Prison. To answer Prison's question, Prison said it's never a good thing. I think they should make sure every person is signed onto the org before the bills are paid. I think there were mistakes made on both players' side and the org side. Yes, you could say that the org should have made sure that Crash signed his paperwork, but Crash was very sneaky about it. You know what I mean? Crash made it seem like, yeah, I'm going to sign it, everything's okay. You know what I mean? They needed the money. They needed the money to be fronted so they could get their flights and everything. And then I'm sure towards the end of it, Crash decided, hey, look, this guy just paid for everything. Should I even sign this? Because if I don't sign it, I'm technically still going to get what I want, and I don't owe this guy anything. You know what I mean? How do you defend that? I'm so confused. And it's not to attack you, Noah, but come on. You and I have been playing this game for too long. That's disrespectful. Just because, hey, oh, wow, the org just paid for my flight, and he paid for my team pass in Jersey. Well, you know what? Now I'm not going to sign this contract, and I'm going to keep all my money. Guess what? This is why I'm here today. Crash, you messed up. You make us look bad. And now I'm going to make sure that people know about this. I understand, Prison, that you represented this guy. You were his coach. Quite frankly, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm looking out for the organizations. I'm looking out for the good players. If you're a bad player and you make us look bad, I'm going to let that be known. You know what I mean? Come on. You know what I mean? There was no fault on the Bot Gaming. I don't think there was any mistake on Bot Gaming. They were trying to be the good guys. They were trying to do their job, and they got screwed. You know what I mean? Yeah, they probably could have been a little bit more strict, but everything was paid for. You know, it's over at that point. Even if he didn't sign, they still had to go through with it. You know what I mean? What do? Cancel everybody's flight? Cancel his flight? End up losing your whole team? He took the chance. He said, whatever. Bot Empire said, we'll just send the guy out. Hopefully he'll sign the contract eventually. And that's it. But that wasn't the case. And obviously, it sucks. Bot Empire Deluxe, to answer your question, they did file a complaint on the whole team. It wasn't just on Excels. They weren't out to get, anybody, but they were upset about the issue that happened. So they filed a complaint against the whole team as a whole, and explain in detail what had happened, what contracts were signed. They also explained the whole thing about Crash. You know what I mean? That wasn't left out. They were very honest with what they said. Crash never officially signed the contract. Hence the reason why they probably felt that Crash did that for a reason. But Crash also backdoored Bot Empire. You know what I mean? Which again does not look good and is not respectful. He ended up going to MLG directly and saying that he never signed the contract and that he wants his money directly, that they're not owed anything. Is that okay? That's not okay. Like, ask for less percentage. Ask for more money up front. You know what I mean? Like, work with the people. People need to learn how to work out with people. You know what I mean? You can't just screw people over and expect them to take it. You know what I mean? I'm glad that Bot Empire went to Microsoft and they went to MLG and whatnot with this situation, because they should. You know what I mean? I'm glad that there was a suspension in place. And I think going forward, players need to think about what exactly they're doing before they do or say things, because, this is real world. This is the real world. You know what I mean? This is the real world that we live in. This right here is all real world. This is the real world. This hair is the real world. And I think everybody needs to start understanding that we can't just go around doing whatever we want. You know what I mean? Think about it. Show people with some respect. I just don't get it. It's such a simple concept. But the fact that we're even talking about this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, hello? Now, Prison doesn't want static. I get what Prison's saying. Prison is absolutely right. Prison has a point. Prison isn't here. Prison is here to discuss. And I need people like Noah, to bring up questions like that. You know what I mean? We need stories to both sides of it. You know what I mean? I'm not here to take sides with anybody. I'm here as a neutral person and a neutral, I guess, subject or something in this matter. And Noah has a point. You know what I mean? This guy didn't sign his contract. Maybe Bot Empire was negligent on getting him to do that. Maybe they should have checked prior to it. Maybe they should have never promised anything to Crash before he did so. But regardless, I think what happened with that is a joke, quite frankly. And I think players need to understand that, they look at, oh, wow, Envious left. Oh, Epsilon left. This org left, this org left, this org left. Why? Because they're sick and tired. If the money isn't there and the players are treating them like a piece of crap, why do you stay around? What's the point? You know what I mean? What's the point if you're going to be dealing with a bunch of players that are disrespectful to you? Hey, pay my salary, dude. I want $5,000 a month. Make it happen. And I want full funding. And if you ever say a word to me, it's over for you. 40 to your head. Whoa. You know what I mean? Think about that. That's crazy. That's really crazy. That is beyond insanity, honestly. I've never heard that in my life. You know what I mean? Like, especially in an organization that's paying your bills. Hello? Paying your bills. Think about that. You're getting your bills paid to play video games. You know what I mean? I wish this was the case. When I was 16 years old, I was a monster. I was on top of the game. I was with Immortal Spawn. We were doing big things. I made $500 an event, and I was the happiest man in the world. You know what I mean? Like, hello? Now these days, guys are getting salaries. Now these guys are getting paid quadruple what I made for winning. And we still have people complaining and causing issues with organizations and whatnot. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of just happens. I'm sorry. You know what I mean kind of just happens. It comes out and, whatever. I just roll with it. The fact that I've been talking for so long and I keep saying, you know what I mean? I want you guys to know what I mean. You know what I mean? This is my opinion. This is what I think. I have respect for the players that deserve respect. You know what I mean? Like I said, Optic Gaming deserves respect. Sorry, Cubano, I love you. Love you too. Jackal, I love everybody in here. Honestly, guys, and this is off topic, but just to let you guys know, I don't hate anybody. I love everybody in this community. I'm a very easygoing guy. The people that know me for who I am understand that I'm a cool guy. You know what I mean? And I'm here to talk about these things so that we could learn from it, and that hopefully the right people are watching this show so that, we can grow bigger. You can 100% roll with it. You know what I mean? Jackal, you're messing me up, man. I'm trying to focus here. So I'm doing this show to try to bring attention to the community, to try to help us. You know what I mean? I want everybody talking about the show, putting this out there. We want the attention. We want the sponsors. I want sponsorships behind me. I want to be big with this. I want to help Gears of War grow. I'm a personality. Whether I do it on my own or whether I do it with the coalition, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm very laid back. Everything will be a-okay. You know what I mean? Boom. Woo! Beasted. Next question. What would have happened if Icy was the one who got over on Godplays, considering they said he was using hate speech? Confused. So you're saying what happens if the roles were switched between Icy and Godplays, right? Maybe? I don't know. The fact that Icy got suspended for one game had people confused and, quite frankly, crazy. Oh, Optic Gaming, Icy, he got suspended for one game. This is bullshit. This shouldn't be happening. Optic Gaming are the same players as everybody else. Yeah, you're winning events. Yeah, you're this. But you're supposed to be held to the same standard. You know what I mean? There's policy, there's procedures, there's rules, and there's regulations. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, how much you're getting paid. You know what I mean? The class of person you are, the race you are, doesn't matter. We're all put into the same criteria, especially in esports. MLG holds a high standard. Coalition holds a high standard. And we're all supposed to follow it. Like I said, he may have said things. Maybe he got physical. Nobody knows. I don't know. But it doesn't matter what he said or Godplays said. Obviously, Godplays got the longer suspension, as well as he should have. He put a hand on another person. Like I said before, nobody should put hands on anybody. You know what I mean? Violence is not the answer. I am a big person about that. Violence should never happen. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, it happens a lot in our world, and it's a very sad thing. People get hurt. Good people get hurt. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunate because Icy, from my experience meeting Icy and talking to Icy, I've been playing the kid since he was probably 10, 12 years old, taking his money. Now that he's gotten older, he's taking my money. This is why I stopped playing. You know what I mean? The guy took my money at one event or something. I stopped playing. But he's a good kid. You know what I mean? From my experience, Icy's a great kid. He looks like he has a good head on his shoulder. He's a family man from what it seems like. I know he just got a Mustang, I'm pretty sure it was, from his Gears of War earnings. That's great. You know what I mean? I think he's gonna sit back from this one event suspension and really think about, what he needs to do. I think he needs to focus on his game, focus on himself, focus on his team. Forget everybody else on the outside. Everybody wants to get to your head. Everybody wants you to fail at life. You know what I mean? So you as an individual have to grow. You have to disregard what anybody has to say, and you have to better yourself each and every day. You know what I mean? That's what I think. That's what I think. But, will he do that? Is that what he was thinking? You never know. Nobody ever knows. Nobody knows what was said. Nobody understands, what was going through both of their heads at that time. But, it is what it is, and that's life. And hold on, guys. I think we got some information just now. I want to confirm this before I say anything. But, yes, that is right to confirm. Currently, Optic Gaming is scrimming against Illicit Gaming, which is DeFazio's team, led by DeFazio, and Eternity is the fifth for Optic Gaming. If you guys want to confirm that, it has been confirmed. So, maybe Optic Gaming plays with Eternity. This is breaking news, and this is confirmed news. Maybe Eternity is Optic Gaming's fifth for the first event. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's because he could play more often. Maybe they like him. Maybe from the play test or something. You never know the relationship between the two and why Optic picked him. You know what I mean? Maybe he's a top-level pro willing to not play with another team for the first event just to play with Optic Gaming. Because, again, you have to think about it. Playing with Optic Gaming could, one, hurt him, or two, even better him. If he goes and plays with Optic Gaming and they place first place and they let him go after Icy comes back, boom. you could pick up a person who just placed first. You know what I mean? I think it's a pretty good idea. If I was playing at this level and I was Eternity, I would go with it. Fly with it, you know? Take it to the house. You're playing without the gaming. That's pretty much more than likely a first place finish, second place finish. You know what I mean? That's money. That's respect. You know, you're filling the shoes of Icy. You know, those are big shoes to fill. And if Eternity is that guy, whatever. That's awesome. That's great for Eternity. I'm happy for him. Never wish bad on anybody. So let's talk about, you guys can keep asking me questions in the chat. I'll continue to answer them as we go. But I want to hit the last cue on my screen. The new location. So I was called by my good friend, and I'm going to give her a shout out because she's probably watching. She's been texting me. Let me double check my phone real quick. On how you present, you know what I mean? You're a hater, Jess. So Jess she works for Bridgewater Microsoft Store. She's pretty high up at the store. Jessica Chernitz. She also runs the events at the store and whatnot. She contacted me yesterday, and we spoke about, followed up on Gears. We followed up on the event we just had. We had over 100 people attend the Microsoft Store for the Gears of War event, which I think they finished second and third overall in attendees within the nation, which was awesome. And she did her job, but I also did really well in promoting and marketing, the event. And I'm happy to have done that for her. We've built a partnership together, and she let me know that I can go live next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Actually, 8:30 p.m. Eastern next week, guys. Sorry. I will be live from the Microsoft Store in New Jersey. Your very own NJ Cubano will be live from the Microsoft Store. More information to come, obviously, but just to let you guys know, I won't be here at my house. I'll still be in the suit. The suit is my thing. I'm going to own it. I will be live 8:30 p.m. next Thursday. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more information by then. I'll be working on the overlays as well. Again, continue with the support that you guys do. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. The fact that we already hit about 155 concurrent viewers is great. I want to thank you guys for that. If you guys have, are you wearing... I'm not going to answer that question. I plead the fizzle, okay? You're asking me. I know better than to answer silly questions. But yeah, I don't know if I'm wearing pants. If you want to know if I'm wearing pants, press 1. If I get at least 50 people to press 1 on the chat, I will let you know if I'm wearing pants or not. But until then, no, I won't answer the question. Oh my God, I hate all of you. I hate all of you. I hate all of you. Oh my God. This is awesome. This is great. I love you guys. Honestly, I love you. Okay, I think we hit 50. Let's slow down the chat. Let's slow down the chat a little bit. Let me answer a couple of questions, and then I'll answer the question of the night. If I'm wearing pants or not. I am wearing something, so I don't want it to get weird, to get crazy. I am wearing something, okay? But I'll answer that question after the next 2 questions or so that I answer. First one being, NJ Ambush, can we come and hang out at the show? Once I get more information from Jess over at the store and the manager and whatnot, I will let you guys know. I know the store closes at 9 o'clock, so that might be a little tough. If you guys wanted to come hang out while I set up, we could get some pictures going. I would love to have, fans come out, friends come out. Ambush, you're a good friend. I've been playing against you for years, known you for years. If people want to come out to this event, I'm sure I could talk to Jess about maybe doing something, maybe get a giveaway or something of my own or something, whatnot. But I'm all about that, you know what I mean? I want to bring so much attention to this, and to have people there behind me while I'm doing the show is awesome. You know what I mean? I want to hit that Jimmy Fallon kind of show type thing. You know what I mean? I want to eventually get a better chair. Right now I'm sitting on like my Staples chair. You know, I want to get a DX Racer chair. I want to get a backdrop. You know, hopefully at the Microsoft store I'll probably have a chair that they have there. I'll probably have a Microsoft backdrop. You know, it'll be cool to talk to people there and set up prior with you guys. So to answer your question, Ambush, you know, I'll talk to Jess about that. I'm sure she's listening to this. So I'll let you know in general. So 111. Let me look at the chat. 1111111. Stop the show for pants. I'm not gonna stand up. That's one thing. I'm not standing up at all. Not standing up. Thought you didn't hate anyone. I don't hate anybody. What is finesse? Hate? I don't hate anybody. Hate is a very strong thing and a very bad thing. He's having someone put pants on him now. Imagine. No. I'm not standing up. That's one thing I'm not doing. Just saying this, man standing up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not standing up. Your phone. Oh, your phone. Answer your phone. It's Jess. Hey, Jess. Jess is here, guys. Jess is Jessica Chernitz. She works for the Bridgewater Microsoft store. Magic Man 615. She said, answer your phone. So Jess said that she is the hot chick that works at the Microsoft store in Bridgewater, guys. Jess is single and ready to mingle. If you guys are interested to coming out to the show, you know, obviously let me know on Thursday of next week. Amanda, I saw your DM. I will hit on that. I have something else, guys, a big thing I want to talk to you guys about in regards to Gears of War that Amanda, one of my moderators in here, and also a big esports factor in the game right now, made for the Gears of War community that I'm sure all of you guys will love. She took her time to do this, as well as she's continuing to work on it. So I'll also say that before I get off tonight. Star Fox, there's not an event that day next Thursday. It's just going to be a regular show. But like I said, I'm going to be talking to Jess, who's in here, Magic Man. She said you guys can come. If you guys look at the chat, Magic Man 615 is Jess. She is a representative from the Bridgewater Microsoft store. You guys can come out to the store. Obviously, we'll talk about it. We'll try to see what we could get. My idea is I wanted to contact the coalition, Fallout, maybe get a couple of codes, esports packs or something like that for everybody that came out, or at least a couple just to give away something, you know what I mean? Something to get some hype behind it. Microsoft is pulling for Gears of War 100%. If you guys didn't know, some insider information, Microsoft is pushing money to Gears of War 4. They want Gears to blow up, you know what I mean? This is Microsoft's baby. So the fact that I'm willing to do something like that and the Bridgewater store is willing to help me out with something like that, I'm sure we can make something happen. Just saying, whenever someone says, you know what I mean, I always think of you. Jackal, I'm glad I did my duty tonight, and I hope you always remember me when you hear, you know what I mean. I do that a lot, I'm not going to lie, and that's fine. It's because we're talking. I'm talking freely, you know what I mean? I'm not at work, I'm not at school, I'm just talking freely, and you guys have been a great crowd tonight, so I feel comfortable. So I feel like saying what I have to say, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Kerbex just got here. What did I miss about rosters? I will actually, you could see this. I have these going to archives right away, so you could check this out once I'm done with the show. So I hate Rob. Guys, Immortal Spawn, give Immortal Spawn a shout out. My duo of 10 years. Rob, I love you, baby. Immortal Spawn is one of the best players, one of the best analysts, one of the best friends I ever had since this game. We met at 15 years old. I met him at 15 years old. He came to me as an experienced veteran, and I made him better, you know what I mean? He saw the talent in me. We played together, and I brought him to the caliber level that he is at now, you know what I mean? We kind of helped each other, but it was like I was the Juggernaut, and he was Shadowcat, you know what I mean? So it's like, give and take. He has a little bit of what I need, and I have a little bit of what he needs. But Dinosaur, Cubano is already bigger than blank. I know he's not competing against them, just saying. Yeah, I'm not competing with anybody, and I also don't want to talk bad about anybody else. I think we need a lot of content creators when it comes to Gears of War. I know there's a lot of people that were hating on me before I went live with this, And, it is what it is. You know what I mean? This isn't a competition. I'm doing my own show. There's ESPN, there's NBC Sports, there's CBS Sports, there's CNN Sports, there's I could go on forever and ever. You got Jimmy Fallon, Steve Colbert, Conan O'Brien. You know what I mean? Who's to say there needs to be one guy doing everything? If that's the case, show me. Show me one person that does everything. So the fact that is ever brought up or whatnot it's corny. Quite frankly, it's corny. Honestly. I am Jimmy Fallon of Gears of War. I'm gonna own it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be on that desk, or I'm gonna have my own show on my own desk, whether it be with Microsoft's, whether it be in New York, whether it be somewhere. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I'm too stubborn to fail. I've been told by numerous people, especially Amanda. She's told me that. Mavery, she's one of the moderators in here. I'm too stubborn to fail. Whether I do this on my own or I do this through a company, I'm still gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. So, Jackal, you're killing me. You're killing me with these jokes. If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together. I like it. Jess, I think Jackal's hitting on you. He's a pretty good-looking guy. He's from Europe. Hey, you never know. He might fly out here. We meet up, get some drinks. Things happen, you know what I mean? Vote for me. Imagine. Put me on the campaign. Vote for me. Woo! Vote for me. Damn. I saw a video. Jared. I believe you, Jared. Jared Amaro. If you could DM me that video, I'm sure I know which one it is. That's okay. Like, that's fine. You know what I mean? It's entertaining. If anybody would like to come to the store next week, please email me. Guys, if you want to come to the store next week for the live show at the Bridgewater Microsoft store, be sure to contact Magic Man. Jessica Chernitz at Microsoft.com. She just put her email there. Let's try to make it bigger. Honestly, Jess has been a big support and partner in this whole Gears of War community. She is all about Gears. Like I said, we came into second or third place overall to the flagship store when it came to Gears of War. New Jersey is where it's at. You know what I mean? We got to bring more players to Jersey. Bridgewater, New Jersey is the event to have. It's where to go. Blake Rages got booted. Not sure why, but deuces, baby. Thank you for coming, Blake. I'm not sure what you said, but my moderators are out here. Security is top level in this stream. Top level. You heard me? Top level security. Mishi, don't mess with Mishi. Hispanic women are not to be messed with. My fiance of 8 years, Gabby, is 100% Cuban. She's probably watching this right now. She will body anybody. She bodies me. I'm a cop. She bodies me. You know what I mean? Hispanic women, don't mess with them at all. They're dangerous. Dangerous. Get a hot girl on there and you'll be fine. Whoa. Hot girl is my co-host? If you're talking about a hot girl, I need Immortal Spawn as my co-host because he's a hot girl, if you know what I mean. Spanish Asian, thank you very much. Sushi, I don't want to hear it from you, okay, Mishi? Sorry, guys. Mishi is not 100% Hispanic. She is a Hispanic woman. She is Ecuadorian. I'm Ecuadorian. I'm half Ecuadorian, half Cuban. But the fact that she has Hispanic in her in general is crazy. You know what I mean? They have attitude. They're crazy. Imagine a Hispanic Gears of War team, a female Hispanic Gears of War team. Craziness. Think about the words that are going to be said. They're going to be talking trash in Spanish. They're going to be going crazy. Yeah, I would love to see that. You guys should have seen me at Columbus, Ohio for Gears of War, the first event. I was going bananas against Splice. I was talking shit in another language. I took it to a whole nother level. Choche was getting bodied. Choche disrespected me. He said something when we played Reclaim, first map. He said something after they won the first round. I came back and killed him the next 5 rounds, and I got up and I said, I'm not going to repeat what I said, but I said a lot of words in Spanish, and they were bad words, if you know what I mean. Bad words. But you know what? It was funny. I had the whole team laughing. Idenez was laughing. I don't know who it was, Evolving or somebody. Looked like he wanted to fight me, and I said, it's okay. Estamos bien. Estamos aquí para jugar un juego. You know what I mean? So I spoke Spanish to them, and I let them know. It was just a joke. I'm just being funny. Car, my wife is half Mexican. I don't have to imagine. Exactly, Car. You know what it means. Hispanic women are crazy. I would never want to fight against a Hispanic team in this game when it comes to women. Imagine? That'd be crazy. Mishi, don't forget my Peruvian side. Oh, boy, what aren't you? Mishi, you're like the United Nations of Gears of War. Like, seriously, this is crazy. Guys, hold on. I'm looking at my phone. Jess is texting me right now, guys. So I'm going to update you guys as I read these texts because she's blowing up my phone. Jess, I'm sorry. I just couldn't pick up the phone or look at my texts because I have an audience here, and I love that you guys are here, and I love that you guys are listening. I thought it was going to be shorter of an episode, but you know what? I'm going to keep going with it. If you guys are here to watch, I'm here to entertain. I have work tomorrow. We all have work tomorrow. We all have big boy things to do, but this show is too entertaining. Let me look at these messages, and I'll get back to you guys real quick. So Jessica said, yes, they can come to the store. We close at 9 o'clock. Her email is jecherney, CHERNE, @Microsoft.com. I can't type on here. Tell them to email you, or you guys could email me or DM me if you want to come to the event next Thursday, 8:30 p.m. at the Bridgewater Microsoft store, guys. I'm going to be doing my show live for anybody that showed up late. If you want, we can do a mini Gears of War tournament. Mini Gears of War tournament possibly next Thursday. If we get enough people, we will do a mini Gears of War tournament next week. And maybe I'll commentate. Maybe I'll play. I'll probably play. I want to smash people. It's been a while. We'll play a mini tournament next week at the store, at the Bridgewater Microsoft store. We'll smack people up, and then I'll get on the mic, and then I'll talk about who I smacked at the event. You know what I mean? How crazy is that? And maybe we'll even go live with it. Maybe I'll Periscope, or maybe I'll be commentating the match while you guys watch. Maybe I'll put like a camera out there or something, like something you guys can watch while I'm commentating. Or maybe I'll play. I think I want to play. And let me check. She said, we have Xbox swag we can give out. We have Xbox swag we could give out. Okay? So you guys know we have Xbox swag that we can give out. Let's do it big. We're going to do it big next Thursday, Bridgewater Microsoft store. We're going to have the show. We're going to have a Gears of War tournament. We're going to have some swag. We're going to have some pictures taken. Yes, I'm going to be wearing suit and pants. At the event. I'm 100% doing this right, guys. Also, I need an idea for a custom mug that I'm going to be doing. I need you guys to help me out with that. I'm going to be doing a mug for the show, something like this. That's going to say, not my ale, but something. You know what I mean? Mr. Gears of War Rostermania. You know what I mean show. Something like that. Whoever gives me a good idea, maybe I'll throw something at you. You never know. You know what I mean? Come on. Amanda said, I already got your mug sorted, but don't you worry. Now, to keep everybody interested and to keep people in here, I'm going to answer the famous question that everybody had for tonight. Am I wearing pants? Okay, now, I went into this show today thinking maybe I wear shorts, okay? Because who's going to know? Like, look, I got the suit on. I'm looking fresh. I got my beard trimmed up, shaped up. So I was like, maybe I should wear shorts. Whatever. But I also thought about the idea of wearing pants. I was like, maybe I wear pants in case I want to stand up. Or I figured people in here were going to ask, oh, is this guy wearing pants? And I figured we were going to have smarty pants in here talking about it. Viper. I'm going to get back to Gears of War. I'm just kind of going on a tangent right now because people asked me a certain question. But I was talking about Gears of War stuff. I'll get back to it. If you have a question that you really, really, really want answered, just type it in here, and then I'll answer it. And then we got to get going, guys, because it's getting late. I know everybody has to sleep. But to answer the question finally, I want to stop postponing. I am wearing basketball shorts, okay? Professional on top, party on the bottom. Damn, baby. Basketball shorts, party on the bottom. Yeah, baby. Professional, party. Professional, party. Oh, man. Woo! Drop the mic. Let me drop the mic. Hold on. Let me drop the mic. I can't drop it. Oh, it's on a stand. Damn it. Maybe we could drop the mic. I hate you guys. So you could say you have a party on your hands. I love you guys. This is too funny. This is great. When is Optic and Ghost going to make their decisions? I mean, quite frankly, we don't know. I know, like I said earlier, Eternity it has been playing with Optic Gaming. They are playing right now against Illicit Gaming. Eternity is the 5th. Whether he'll be the 5th for the first event confirmed, I'm sure that won't happen right away. I'm sure that's kind of something that they're trying to work out right now. To answer that question, Veli is God. I like the uniqueness on that username, Veli is God. I rolled. Woo! Slow down. Por favor, deje de... Oh, Christina, chill with the Spanish. Drop the mic, you know what I mean. I like it. Wait, did we talk about Ghost and who might be their 5th? No, we didn't, Jackal, actually. So let me go ahead and tweet that out real quick, and then I will discuss it. Who will Ghost Gaming pick up? I should have these typed out prior, but sorry about that. Let me just get this out there. So Ghost Gaming obviously lost Excels with the whole suspension, and it's unfortunate. I really wanted to see Excels played with that team. You know, they picked up Ribs and Excels, which was a really great duo to pick up. Both very skilled players, both been doing this for a while. Excels had the leadership, and Ribs is just a good all-around player. He's not the best, obviously, but he does enough to get the job done. Ghost Gaming has been really quiet about who they're picking up for their 5th. Right now the roster is Rushies, Sleepy Time, Excels, no, sorry, not Excels, and Ribs. So who they pick up, not sure. Maybe with Eternity going to Optic for the first event, maybe Keem or Drix go back, or Veli, as God said, I would have thought that Frank could have gone to Ghost Gaming. That's a very good possibility too. There's so many different options out there. You got Crushmo, you got Franco, you got Keem, you got Drix. You could see any of those guys go into that team. Right now, I know I haven't really seen Ghost playing or scrimming. I haven't got any information from any players or sources coming to me about it right now, so I really don't know. But that's also a good question. I think Ghost Gaming has to be very picky about who they end up picking up. You know, they're a great team, and I think they'll continue to do, you know, top 3, top 4. Will Crushmo go to that team? Very possible. I know Clouts and Crushmo are also 2 options that are out there right now. They're not really on a team currently in regards to that. And to touch on Illicit Gaming, I know it wasn't a big team that I wanted to mention tonight, but being that they are scrimming Optic Gaming, I'm looking at their roster right now. It's Fragout, DeFazio. I'm trying to see who else. I'm watching their stream currently. But Illicit Gaming is also a team that's in the making. And again, Illicit is led by DeFazio. They are playing with Fragout, AC, Violates, and I'm still waiting for the 5th. And Colin is the roster right now for Illicit. Whether that roster stays completely together, obviously, that's another thing. But as of right now, that's who's playing. That's kind of like a put-together team, so we're not too sure if that team will last. It's kind of a weird mix of different guys. Which team is going to snake to get God Plays after his suspension? That is tough. God Plays is going to be suspended for 3 events. You know, who knows what happens with God Plays. I know a team, if they don't do as good the second event and God Plays comes back for suspension, obviously that team's going to be all about picking up God Plays. God Plays is a really good player, really, really, really aggressive player in this game, which is great. So I could definitely see him coming out and doing well with a team, especially after his suspension. Jess has texted me. Jess, I'll text. If we do a tournament, they have to be here at 8 o'clock. So, guys, if you guys plan to come out to the Microsoft event, for anybody that's in here, you guys have to be there at 8 p.m. Eastern next Thursday. We need at least 25 people to play a tournament. It will start at 8 o'clock. It will go from 8 to 9. Does that work, or is that short of a time? Jess, that might be a little bit short. Maybe we could do a 7:30, 7 o'clock p.m. start, and we could have a Gears of War tournament that will follow up by my show live from that event. So that handles that. So it was brought to my attention that, get your facts straight before you open your mouth. So it looks like Crash has been notified about tonight's show and seems to be pretty upset. He is tweeting out to us. Oh, we just got fan mail. Back to the Bot Empire subject. You have no right to speak on behalf of what happened with the contracts because you don't know the player side of the story, or only the organization story. Personally targeting Crash is unprofessional no matter how you try to justify your actions. Crash was never given any money from the org. Mur, not really sure who you are to Crash or who you are to the organization. Like I said earlier, I'm a neutral person. I was being told, what I heard from the Bot Empire side, to kind of put you in your place, because I don't appreciate that. I did contact certain people from that team, and they all disregarded to answer. None of them had anything to comment about. In my line of field work, usually that means you're guilty. So I understand what you have to say about Bot and about Crash and whatnot. And again, I have nothing against Crash. I haven't even talked to the kid once. I've never talked to him before. I'm just saying what was told to me by the organization. And obviously, if it wasn't right, why is Excel's in the situation that he's in? You know what I mean? I'm not here to be unprofessional, and it's not unprofessional. I'm telling the story that is factual. These are facts that were being told, and these are facts that ended up in a suspension. I mean, he's subtweeting also on Twitter, Mur. I'm not here to argue with people or whatnot. He's subtweeting on Twitter. My DMs are always open. I'm always here to talk to people. I contacted one of the people on that team. I don't give anybody names. And I said, look, before I go live with the show, do you have any comments or do you suggest anything? Is this right? Is this wrong? Tell me what. And I was told, I don't want to comment. No comment is what I got. I was told no comment. I don't want to talk about it. It's the individual players' issues. That is exactly, quote unquote, what I was told. Those individuals are the ones with the issues. I do not want to be involved. So obviously that sounds about right to me. So what's going on with World's Best roster after dropping 2 players? So after World's Best left Gears of War, I'm almost certain they left, obviously, because Yogurt and them made an announcement that we're leaving. World Best is out of Gears of War as of right now. I'm not sure if they're coming back. I'm not sure if they're even officially gone. But that roster with Yogurt, Kraz, Hesitate, and Hudson's actually, and Giraffe are a full roster. They are looking for an organization going into Season 2. I have contacted them. I like that team. They're quiet guys. They're very skilled. Yogurt has always been a quiet type of player, but he's always good. He's always consistent. So I would love to see those guys come out and do really well. Again, I contacted them directly to try to help them out with an organization. And, right now they're looking for certain things, and I respect what they do. So, yeah, to answer that question. Jared Amaro, you're going to interview God Plays next stream about his suspension. I want to get co-host on here. I also want to get guest on here. Right now, people are having issues with their contract in regards to coming onto the show. And also, I've been trying to get God Plays on here. Again, I am not here to shame him. I love God Plays. I'm here to kind of get his story out there, try to help him better understand, where he came from and what exactly happened. Again, because, you never know what happened. You never know what was said from both sides unless you were there. And obviously, I have a good relationship with God Plays. He's a good guy. But answer the next question. Why do you think Hudson's was so much better in Vegas compared to Paris and Giraffe? So, Legend, to answer your question, Hudson's played very well at Vegas. It was probably because of him getting dropped from E6. Hudson's put on a great event, and Giraffe as well. Being dropped from a team after you think, that it wasn't the right move, that kind of builds some momentum in you and you get some steam going. You build off your steam, and you come back and you have a great event. This is exactly what Hudson's and Giraffe did. I'm proud that they placed top 6. Obviously I look to them being in that position, if not top 4 next season or this season coming up. To answer your question with that, and Panda Caliber, what's up, brother? Guys, Panda Caliber, one of the best managers of Gears of War I ever spoke with and worked with. Panda apparently is out of Gears of War, Panda Gaming. That is another organization we are seeing step out of the Gears of War world. Kind of have an idea of why they are. I don't want to speak on their behalf, but he just put it on here. Not enough marketing value for our org in Gears of War scene as of right now. We will come back season 3 or 4. Caliber, we appreciate you. I know you guys were always very respectful. I know you always answered my questions when I DM'd you about the situation and whatnot. I appreciate you, and I appreciate Panda Gaming. I'm sorry you guys are leaving on this note. I want to thank you personally for doing that. And hopefully we could build a little bit more momentum off of this. And yeah. So thank you, Caliber. Sorry to see you go. I appreciate everything. So guys, I'm going to start to try to wrap it up with a few things left. There was a Gears of War 4 Nasher update, June update that's coming out. I just linked it in there, guys. This is a June Nasher update that came out. Make sure you guys take a look at that. I know they've been working on the shotgun. I know that's a big issue. This last update was pretty crappy. So take a look at that. Try to see the notes that they left. And also, one more thing. Amanda Mavery, guys, she made a free agent list, Word, Google document, whatever you want to call it. Let me see if she can link it in here. Amanda, if you want to go ahead and take care of that. She took her time out of her day, time out of her personal business to make, a Google Doc to try to help all the free agents. We will be working on a Microsoft document for all the store locations for players and teams that are looking for, a 4th, a 5th. She just linked it in the chat. We're here to help. Amanda and Mishi, both 2 moderators in here, are good friends of mine. They're big pushers for the Gears of War community. You guys may not know them. Hopefully I could introduce you guys to them at events. They're all about Gears of War. They're all about helping out and supporting. They're honestly 2 great people that have been helping me out with this whole idea, as well as Jess, as well as everybody in the stream, everybody that followed me, everybody that's been helping out with this. I really appreciate you guys. I'm hoping next week's event at the Microsoft store will be even bigger. Hopefully we can get more people, we get more viewers in here, a little bit more entertainment. Make sure you guys go to that stream, gearsmavery.com/gearsfreeagent. Make sure you guys add your information in there. That'll take your gamer tag, your name, what you're looking for, what roles you play, so stuff like that. And make sure you add that there, just so we can kind of keep track of who's free, who's looking, and whatnot. Make sure you guys retweet that tweet as well. To touch on my overlay, I know the bottom isn't interactive yet. I did get a donation. I did get 2 donations tonight. Guys, I did get a $5 donation from Big Pedro. Big Pedro, I appreciate that, brother. My man said, let's go, baby, Gears of War. Thank you for those $5, Big Pedro. Like I said, everything is going to be going to the stream. Again, let me check. We had another donation. Sorry, guys, my overlay isn't up to date. It doesn't update as, things come in, but I appreciate it. Gerald Rojo, you know what I mean? Pretty entertaining. Thanks, brother, Gerald. It doesn't show your username or anything like that, but appreciate the $5 donation. Like I said, all this money is going to go back to the stream. It's going to go back to equipment. I'm looking to get a DX Racer. Everyone kept mentioning that. That's kind of on the agenda for next. The jersey giveaway. Now, before I cut the show, what did you guys want to see from the jersey giveaway? Should I do it from the retweets? Should I do it right here, live now, for all the loyal people that stayed in here the whole time? You guys let me know. I'll do it on the fly right here. You know what I mean? Whatever. You guys were the loyal ones. You guys were here watching me the whole time, and I appreciate that. Have you contacted Jack and talked to others? No, not yet, but I'm sure Envious will leave us open. Live. So Dinosaur says live. Pretty sure it should. That's definitely a stab. Live. Keep it coming, guys. If you guys want it to be live, let me know, and we will do a live right here. I'll do it. Whatever. You guys deserve it. You guys are here. I'm just looking at these DMs. These DMs are great. Support should do it from retweets. You said you would do it from retweets, so I'm going to do it from the retweets then, guys. I'm going to do it offline from here. For everybody that retweeted my post, you could go check at NJ Cubano. Go retweet it right now. I'll do it first thing in the morning. Shout out Gears at Gears UE, guys, by the way. The EU scene needs some love, so make sure you guys go follow Gears UE at Gears UE. They're also taking care of the European side of Gears of War. We need that community to build. You know what I mean? I'm all about the support, Jackal. Anybody wants me to say something, anybody wants me to support you, I'm here for the cause. I'm here for the content. You know, if we don't help each other, how do we expect to build? You know what I mean? Teamwork makes the dream work. So that's all I have to say about that. Make sure you guys go and click that link to my Twitter. If you guys retweet, I'll do the tweet tomorrow. I'll do the giveaway first thing in the morning, just so I could give people a chance that were in the stream tonight to retweet that. You know what I mean? I don't want to do it right here and there, just so I could give some time to other people that were in the stream to go ahead and retweet that. And then I'll do it first thing in the morning. I'll bring the jersey with me, and I will literally mail it out tomorrow afternoon or whatever it is once the winner is selected. Again, guys, I want to start wrapping this up. I've been going for about an hour and a half now. Seriously, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate the follows, the donations, Big Pedro, Gerald. You know what I mean? You guys are pushing me to do this. Jackal, you are a man of your word. Thank you for that subscribe. Like I said, if you guys ever need anything, player, anything, I'll help you out. But let me wrap this up, guys. I want to thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys shoot me a follow on Twitter. Make sure you follow Gears of War Roster Mania. If you guys have any other questions or concerns ever, DM me. If there's something I said that you didn't like, let me know. You know, I can't fix myself as an individual with this show unless I know and it's brought to my attention. I'm a very fair person. I'm easy to work with. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Vote for me, president. Look. Vote for me, president. Hopefully, I'll see you guys live next week, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. from the Microsoft Bridgewater, New Jersey store. Thank you, guys. Love you. Have a good night. You know what I mean? Later, guys.